Are the Yeezy Gap items really worth it? I'm about to give you guys my honest review in this video. So like myself, I'm sure a lot of you Kanye fans were really interested in seeing what the Yeezy Gap items were like, especially with them being accessible at local Gap stores. We've all been able to see the unique shopping experience with going into the store and grabbing your item out of what some people would call a trash bag. Now, whether you agree with that or not, I'm here to tell you guys if it is worth it or not. So I will be showing you different comparisons of the hoodie. I will kind of talk about the previous Gap hoodie that released in comparison to this one, and I'm also going to show you guys a couple of ways that I personally styled my Yeezy Gap items. So make sure you watch the video all the way through. You're not going to want to miss any of these details. Smash the like button on this video as well. I need to see at least 1,000 likes on this video, and subscribe if you are new. Now we're going to get into the specific item that I purchased in store, which was the Dove hoodie. But if you go on their website, you will see a wide range of different products you can choose from. You have this hoodie, of course, you have the shrunken hoodie, you have your round jacket, you have the t-shirt, you have the sweats, you have the overalls. There's just a ton of different options on the website that they actually didn't have in store. So I wasn't able to see the entire collection in hand, but I was able to see all of the basics. Now I'm gonna save the price for last to show you guys if it's actually worth it, but I'm gonna talk about the overall construction of the hoodie. Now when it comes to the hoodie in specific, you have two different versions. You have the shrunken hoodie and then you have the Dove hoodie. So of course this is gonna be the Dove hoodie, but for the sake of the video, I did try on the other options. Now personally, I didn't feel like the shrunken hoodie was exaggerated enough. I feel like the fitting of it was very typical, so I ended up going with the Dove hoodie instead. But to talk about the construction of the Dove hoodie, you have a very oversized fit, but outside of the fit, I feel like one thing that I gravitated towards was the colorways. Now, not just this colorway, but all of the colorways in general, I feel like the wash was done very well. A lot of the times when you see these different garment dyed items or these different washes, they can kind of come off as too overdone, and I feel like this was the perfect washed out effect. So this one in particular is the dark gray. They also had it in a navy, they had it in a black, a washed black, and a gray. But to talk more about the design and the material of the hoodie, I feel like this is what really makes the price point really fair. Now I feel like what everybody can clearly see is how oversized the hoodie is, but what you don't get to see is how the hoodie is actually constructed. Now I feel like everybody from their first glance can really see how oversized and drapey the hoodie is, but if you don't look at it in detail, you won't be able to see the actual construction that makes it look that way. So what's giving you that real tucked type of effect is actually the ribbing or the cuffs being sewn inside of the hoodie. So basically what they took is your normal cuffs on the wrist and flipped it inside and sewn it in. Now they did that exact same thing on the waistline, which actually gives not only a draping effect, but a cropped body effect as well. And in order to make that work, what they did is they added a whole nother lining to the hoodie in order to stitch that part of it back on there. So it almost creates this double layered effect, but a thin layer of the interior and this heavy cotton material on the exterior. Now that alone to me makes the hoodie extremely comfortable. The inner lining almost feels like a bed sheet type of material, which is crazy. So I feel like that definitely adds to the engineering of the hoodie. But that's not the only thing that makes a great hoodie. As a matter of fact, what makes a great hoodie is the actual hood. So to talk about the design of the hood, it's far different from the previous versions. Now, most hoodies have this kind of split material that meets at the neckline. This one doesn't at all. It's all one piece material that goes all the way across the neck, which almost makes you feel like you're in some type of pouch. I don't even know how to explain it, but it is a crazy feeling. The hood is just big enough to cover your whole head. I know some hoodies don't make the hood big enough to where it kind of sits weird. So they definitely nailed it with the sizing of the hoodie, and I think that that is a major part to the difference between this one, the shrunken, and the original Gap hoodie. But overall, a crazy slouchy fit. Of course, you have your drop shoulder in the hoodie so that the sleeve doesn't even start to dang near like your biceps. So definitely a crazy fitting. Now speaking of fitting, I do want to merge into the sizing of the hoodie hoodie. Now I know there's a wide variety of people who like different sizing types when it comes to their oversized hoodies. I personally went my true to size and went with a size large, which fits, of course, how you see it on me. I'm about 6 foot, about 165 pounds ish, so that is how it fits on me. But I know some people like the smaller, more tapered look. Now either way, it's gonna look baggy on you, but if you go a size down or maybe even 2, the hoodie will definitely still fit, but it'll give you 3 different looks. Now I feel like a small would still fit on my body. I didn't try it on specifically, but I did try on a medium off camera, and it definitely fit a little bit more. It wasn't snug, but all of the crops went up, all of the bagginess went up just a little bit. So I would definitely recommend going a size down if you want it to fit more typical. Now the last thing that I'm going to get into about the details of the hoodie is going to be the graphics. So you actually have the Gap graphic on the front, which is basically the same exact tone and color of the hood, so you can barely see it until you really get close up. But on the back you have, of course, your dove graphic. Now there are a couple of different variations of the dove graphic. Of course, all of the hoodies have this white dove, but if you look on the short sleeve and you look on the long sleeve, they actually have like a blacked out type of dove on it. So the hoodies comes with the white dove, and the print on it is like this direct to garment type of print. So one piece all on there. It's no screen printing or anything like that, so the feeling of it is a lot different. Now I really do enjoy the front graphic, but personally the thing that makes it look kind of cheap is the dove. Now I know that's kind of like the indicator that it's like the Kanye hoodie, but personally I feel like this was the biggest downside. I feel like the hoodie would be perfect if they had to just left this part of it off, but that's just my personal opinion. Now with that all being said, to give my final review on if it's actually worth the price or not, I think the answer is yes, but I think there's a pro and con to the answer. I feel like the hoodie is engineered beautifully. You are definitely getting a Balenciaga designed hoodie. Now it's coming with like the American accessible feel of like a Gap, and then it comes with like the dark wash and vibe of like a Yeezy, you feel me? So in that way I feel like it's worth the $240 price point, but I think the only thing that really makes it feel cheap is the back dove graphic. But other than that, a phenomenal hoodie. I will definitely be keeping it. If I do go back to the store, I might grab it in a different colorway or something like that, but definitely a crazy hoodie. It's extremely hot as far as temperature wise when you're wearing it, so I would definitely recommend this hoodie for the fall winter season. Maybe not right now when it's so hot in the summer, but definitely fire. But in the meantime, I'm gonna put up a few comparisons of different hoodies so you guys can kind of see the difference between the engineering of the Yeezy hoodie as well as other hoodies. So the first one will be in comparison to this basket case gallery hoodie that I got a while back, which probably has the closest comparison as far as size and materials and thickness of the hoodie. So this one drops really low. It's actually like a 2XL, I think. This is a very similar fitting to that. Now, of course, it doesn't have the same bagginess in the sleeves and the crop on the body, but I feel like as far as the exaggerated look, this was the closest that I could compare it to. The next comparison, which I feel like is a little bit close, is this hoodie by Enraged. Now, the only reason I compare it is because this hoodie has the drawstring on the waist, so you are able to cinch it in and get that crop type of look. But of course, everything else is the typical hoodie, so it doesn't quite fit the same. And my last comparison is gonna be this double layered hoodie from Minimal, which was basically supposed to mimic what the original Yeezy Gap hoodie was supposed to look like. So if you kind of want to compare the two and how much different the newest Dove hoodie looks, this is probably gonna be the closest you're gonna get. But now we're gonna get into 3 different ways that I styled the hoodie. So We're gonna crack it off with my favorite look out of the three, which is definitely geared more towards the fall winter season. I really wanted to imitate the Yeezy look. So on top of the Yeezy hoodie, I have this leather minimal puffer jacket. On the bottoms, I have these flare leather denims, and then for the shoes, I have these bulky Swear London boots. Now, to finish the entire outfit off, I added the marine Serre mask with the Balenciaga shades on top of it. Look number 2 is basically the fall version of look number 1, so I subtracted everything that was like winter based, so minus the leather jacket, minus the glasses and the face mask, and now you just have the Yeezy Gap hoodie, the leather pants, and the Swear London boots. The best way I can describe fit number 3 is probably going to be geared towards a fall day in a city like Los Angeles. So you still can wear a hoodie and not be too hot, but at the same time you can kind of mix it with shorts. So right here I have these pair of shorts, which I think are also by Minimal, and then I combined it with the Yeezy Season 6 boots in this Desert Rat colorway. So I got those two, and then I just completed it with this hat from Instant Euphoria that I got a while back.
So that's pretty much it for the video. Let me know down in the comments below if you ended up grabbing anything from the Yeezy Gap Balenciaga collection. But that is pretty much it. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you want to see more reviews and stuff like this, and I'll be back to you guys with more, man. Peace.
I'm trying to keep my cool. Roll out of bed, roll up a little bamboo. Think I'm stressed, I ain't worried about what you doing. Look how real.